Well, man, so tell us about this, this next step for you. So you've kind of rose among the ranks. You've gone through the process of getting all the way to the point where you're running a squad. I wouldn't say you're comfortable, but you had it pretty great, and you had a good rhythm. You know almost any question anybody ever asks you. There's no situation that could come out in left field where it would frazzle you. You've been through it, and you got to the point where you're like, I got this. It's good, making good money. And then all of a sudden, out of left field, we had some conversations one day, and that's kind of nudged. Speaking of nudged you to kind of take this next step, which I won't go into that yet, but let's kind of go through that timeline, because I'm sincerely, I don't even want to use the word proud, because that just sounds, I feel like we're way more partners than that. Like, I learned from you a lot. I'm so excited and just tickled to death that you would have enough awareness. You talk about personal development, awareness to say everything is exactly the way that I wanted it to be. All right, perfect. It's time to get uncomfortable again.
Yeah, it's been in this business long enough where you start to miss those days early on that you were challenged, the hard times and stuff like that. And, it was, this business is very rarely on cruise control, especially how volatile, Florida is and all this stuff. But I mean, it was, I remember when you brought it up and the idea. I don't know how much we're getting into this right now. So
all the way in, baby.
All the way in. So when you brought up the idea of opening up a Erb and Young office, my parents were entrepreneurs. There was a piece of me, as happy as I was here, there was always a piece of me that wanted to be able to call something a little bit more my own. Mm-hmm. And I was super excited about that. Just the fact that you guys would, think that much of me and think that I had what it takes to go out and do it. It was a challenge that I was ready and willing to accept. Moved to St. Petersburg in October, and I'm loving it. The water's beautiful. I picked St. Pete because I always like clear water. I like going to the beach, but the water over there is just gorgeous. We have the Melbourne office. Obviously, we're here in Orlando, and went to college at FAU. So I've been to South Florida. I knew I needed to, speak Spanish down there more. So that was a challenge that I wasn't willing to accept yet, because that's a long road.
Yep.
But St. Pete seemed like the spot, and it's challenging right now. New market, a lot of older homes, so it's certainly coming with some challenges. But man, I'm ready to fire it up, man.
So exciting, man. Yeah. So, and we've always talked about this from the beginning, right? Like, so, and this manifestation of you being able to go out and kind of make it rain on your own, with your own ship and your own flag flying, and kind of be the captain of your own destination is the stuff that, we've talked about for a really long time, right? Like, that's the, be extraordinary in creating extraordinary lives. I think it's the pinnacle of allowing and nourishing someone to think there's a path to unlimited here, right? Yeah. And I'm proud of this organization for creating a system to where it encourages and it welcomes and it wants for people to embark on that entrepreneurial deal. It truly is the American dream, and it is very difficult. It is very tough, and most people don't make it, but the reward is so big, and it's so worth it, and it's got so much juice that I wish that more people would embrace the suck, embrace the challenge ahead. And you're in this spot where you had kind of reached this spot where you're like, I know this, right? I know this. And candidly, you could replace any one of us, and you would run this show, and you'd run it just as good, if not better. And so we have had multiple conversations with this. And I remember having a conversation in your house, and I'm pushing you, and I'm pushing you, and I'm pushing you. And you're like, why are you pushing me? It doesn't make any sense for you to push me. Like, what's going on? Like, what's your motive? And I'm just so proud of your decision to do that, and for you to just pick up and move and to go all in. It's going to be the flag in your story where you drew a line in the sand and said, okay, this is what I'm going to make of my time here. And so it's super exciting.
I've already drawn the line out there.
Literally.
St. Pete Beach.
in the sand.